This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLovin and Tony Gonzalez. How's it going, guys?
I'm rolling into the All-Star break. We lost the series to Texas last night, and then we got swept by the Guardians before that. So we're limping into the All-Star break, Gonzo, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens. We got Seattle coming out of the All-Star break, so it's not like we're going to get any favors to come out of the All-Star break. So, honestly, I think we got another tough week of baseball before it starts to get a little bit better over here.
Yeah, we didn't finish out the first half too bad. We split a series and then we won a series, but we got a tough series to kick off the second half against the Mets.
That's kind of what I'm.
That'll be interesting, but I think we're what 6 games, about 6.5, 7 games out at the All-Star break from our division. So hey, you're still in striking distance. So.
Yeah, in pretty good shape in the wild card. We'll get into that. The Reds went 2-1 in the last 3. And Chris brought up the series before that. We went 2-2. The impressive thing about that is we lost our first 2 of that and had to come back and win our next 2. So that was nice. Astros lost 5 of the last 6. Yankees went 1-2 in their series. And the Dodgers did go 2-1 in their series. And standings wise, I'll let everybody know where we're at. The Blue Jays are leading their division. 55-41. The Yankees are 2 games back. The Tigers are 59-38 at the All-Star break, at 11.5 on the Twins, ahead of the Twins. We got the Astros 56-40, and Seattle's 5 games back of them. So big series coming up with, like Jay said, with those Houston and Seattle start off.
Are the Blue Jays still on are they still on their winning streak, or did they get snapped from?
It's
I thought that came to I thought they came to an end.
Well, you got the Red Sox on like a 10 or 11 game winning streak.
Boston's won 10 in a row. Philadelphia's 55-41. The Mets are only a half game back, so that's a close division. We got the Cubs 57-39, but the Brewers, them damn cockroaches, are only 1 game back of the Cubs. The Cubs have played so well, and them damn Brewers are right back up there. And then the Dodgers 58-39. The Padres are 5.5 back of them in second place. Like Chris said, the Reds are 6 or 7 games back, but the Reds are only 2.5 out of the wild card. So, guys, what's your takes on the first half of the season? And what are you looking at for the second half of the season? Jay, go to you first.
Yeah, like you said, man, it's a lot of close series. I really start looking at the run differential now at this point, just to kind of see how much better is that team playing against its opponents. And right now, Toronto's only got a +17, so they're keeping it pretty close in their games. But when you look at the Yankees, that's like a +111. And then even in that division, Boston is at I think they're +71. That division is playing very well in and of itself. Then you kind of go to Houston and our division, and I think our division's doing decent, not as good as what that one was. And I thought I just had it pulled up, and now my dang things acting dumb. There he goes. Okay. So, so when you look at Houston has a +56, and then Seattle has a +32, and Texas got some +47. So, in all honesty, all 3 of these teams in this division, in our division, are extremely freaking close. So, I expect this division to be even closer as we get closer to out of the All-Star break, but really even closer to the actual playoffs. I expect it to be even a closer gap by the time we get there. But that Yankees and Detroit, those divisions are crazy. I think Detroit is at +87, and everybody else is in the negative. So you can definitely see that Detroit is clearly running away with their division. Toronto is actually losing ground to the Yankees. But those are some of the biggest things, man. Watch out for this Yankees team who's still playing pretty good ball, and then watch out for Detroit, who is just running away with their division, honestly.
Chris, what's your take on the baseball right now? I know the Reds. Let me ask you a question. How many wins? The Reds set 50-47 right now. How many wins do you think it's going to take for the Reds to at least get to a wild card? We've got what they played what?
But you're 2.5 right now out of the wild card as we speak. So
we played what 97 games. So
yeah,
we got what 67 games, something like that left.
It'd be nice to get up to right around. I think if we get right around 90 win, if we got at least right around 90 wins, we'd be right there for the wild card.
yeah, because you're only 2.5 back right now. I mean, it's still anybody's.
But no, to answer your question, the other question, I'm pretty happy with the way the Reds are sitting at the All-Star break. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could always be doing better, but your first year with a new manager, you've had your ace pitcher out for multiple, damn near probably a month and a half out of the first half of the season.
Yep.
You've had Hunter Green out. You've had a couple other injuries. So I'm pretty happy with where we're sitting. Watching over the last probably 3 weeks, the team looks like they're starting to gel together. We're getting healthier. We just got Jake Fraley back. We got Hayes back, starting to get healthier. It looks like Hunter Green probably won't be too much longer, and he'll be back hopefully not too long after the All-Star break. But you see that Francona is getting a better feel for the team now that you're almost 100 games in. He's starting to get a better feel for the team. Our closer Pagan's has been good since they moved him to that role. So yeah, I expect the Reds to be in the playoffs. I think we'll be able to hopefully push Chicago, get up there and push with Milwaukee and Chicago in the second half. But even if not, get that wild card. You get in the playoffs, anything can happen. And we've seen teams be just a little over 500 at All-Star break and get going in the second half and go on deep playoff runs. So it wouldn't be something we haven't seen before. But no, I think we have a good shot of being in the playoffs. And I think that the chemistry between Francona and the players has just been getting better as the season goes on. And hopefully we make a move to try to get maybe a bat or solidify our third base position before the trade deadline here at the end of the month.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I do because of the injuries. I was hoping to have a few more wins, but with the injuries we've had, I agree. I think we're in a pretty good shape. And I was going to ask both of you, just kind of what you brought up. You saying you hope, but let me ask you this: the same thing to Jay. Chris? Do you expect the Reds make a deal and bring something in? And Jay, do you expect the Astros to make some deals and bring somebody in? Jay, you go first.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to the Astros, we are definitely in the mood to make, or we should be in the market to make a deal. If we're not in the market to make a deal, then I'd be asking Dana Brown, what are you doing? We always need to be trying to get up a little bit better than where we were. And we have 2 spots, and I said these same 2 spots. If you want to get the Astros to what I would feel like is a comfortable level going into the playoffs, then I would either bring in another big bat and help out that left field, or I'd bring in another starting pitcher to help out that rotation, or I'd bring in both to really shore up that team. If you want to definitely shore up the team, bring in another starting pitcher, bring in another power bat. If you or just bring a power bat in or a pitcher, but you got to do something. You can't just stay where you currently are and expect us to have a deep push in the playoffs. I got to tell you though, Chris and Gonzo, I was looking at your strength of schedule coming out of the All-Star break, and you guys got it rough, man. You got the Brewers on there twice, LA's on there twice, New York's on, Mets are on there twice. I mean, you got St. Louis on there. I think you did get the Pirates and one other soft team, but you guys got some competition coming out of the All-Star break. I gotta give it to you.
Well, the good thing about that is we seem to play better against
stronger teams.
I don't know why that is. But like if you look at our series, we won most of a lot of series against good teams. In the series that we lose are against teams you'd think we would beat in the series.
Because you got 2 months of good teams sprinkled in with 2 series that are off nights for you. I think the Pirates was one of them, and I forget.
But you can't even
it might have even been the A's that might have been one of them.
You can't count the
Pirates.
2
that were soft.
You can't count the Pirates as an off night because it's division.
Oh no, I'm just considering given all the rest of the competition you got to go against.
No, yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You're right. It's not like you have an off night because you got to. Those are really the games you really have to win.
Yeah,
are those games? So you're right. And then you got the Nationals that are sprinkled in there. Of course, they went with their whole management change up over there. So I'm not even really sure what you got in that team right now. But you definitely got some teams. You got Toronto's in there, San Diego's in there. I mean, hey, you guys ain't got no lightweight schedule. You guys got some heavy hitters. Pretty much from now all the way to the end.
Yep.
You've got a couple of them series in there that are kind of sprinkled to give you some relief, but man, you got a lot of heavy hitters in that lineup.
So, Chris, do you expect I know you said you hope, but will you be disappointed if the Reds don't make some type of deal?
I think they would. I think they're going to try to make a deal for it. I think they want to do something at third base because third base has been a revolving door first half of the season. So I do think they're going that. I think they'll make a move. I won't be real disappointed if they don't. As long as it's only way I'll be disappointed if they were to be sellers and trade away pieces. Then I'd be disappointed. I don't see that happening. The only thing that scares me a little bit that think where they might not try to get a third baseman is Noelvi Marte has been hitting the last 4 or 5 games. Actually, he started hitting the fuck out of the ball, but his defense ain't up to par at third base. And the other guys they've been there it just hasn't worked out. So I'm hoping they don't try to stick with him just because his bat has started to come alive. Because Duke can hit the hell out of the ball.
He can always be a designated hitter.
Yeah. So I'm hoping I hope that don't lean them to try to we can make that work. Because I love the dude as a hitter, but he's not ready to be a everyday third baseman. He's just not. I watch him. I mean, I watch almost every game. If I'm not watching the game, I'm usually listening to on the radio. But I watch most of the games, and he's not ready to be a everyday third baseman. But I think that's the position. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they don't try to make some kind of move for Suarez. That wouldn't surprise me if he ended up coming back because that'd be another big bat. Plus, it'd take care of your third base for you. So that it wouldn't surprise me if you see something like that. Plus, they had already one of the guys that they played at third. They moved him back down to the minors. The Reds did as well. So I mean that frees up a roster spot if they are going to try to bring somebody in.
Yeah, that's like us right now. Our second baseman's down, and Rogers. They've been trying to fill it in with here and there, but now they brought up this guy from AAA, Bryce Matthews. He was our number 1 AAA guy, and last night I watched him go for the first time. He struck out twice. He didn't look comfortable at the plate. So, yeah, I'm over here like, great. Now we're going to work through this guy. This is not the right time to be dealing with the second baseman who just got the call up. No, that's not what I'm trying to hear right now, Gonzo.
Well, the good thing for the Reds is that the last 4 or 5 games, the last few games, our bats have. I mean, we've been hitting the ball. I think the last 2 games we had 11 hits and like 12 hits. And the game before that, I think we had like 10 hits. So I mean, it seems like our bats are starting to come alive a little bit. And Matt McLain is finally starting to hit the ball like I expected him to all season, but he got hurt a little bit early in the year, and it took him a little bit to get back. And Spencer Steers got back in the groove, and Dela Cruz has just been that dude's been pounding the ball here as of late. I mean, he's hitting damn near 300 right now.
McLain is start turning around a little bit too.
Yeah.
I just opened my heart up to you, and I just told you that my starting second baseman has no hits yet as of right now in Major League Baseball. And you want to go and talk about your Reds? How dare you?
Hey.
How freaking dare you?
Hey, you're 56
Where's
and
the
40.
class? Where's the respect at?
Hey, sports judge, I don't hear you're 56 and 40. I don't hear no command. I'm I'm 50 and 47. I don't want to hear no damn crying. You're 56 and 40
That's almost-
and 5 games up.
I'll
That's
cry
almost-
when I want to, Argentina, and you can't tell me what's up,
That's
Joe.
almost a
What's
low-
going on with these? I don't know, Joe.
That's a pretty low
What's
blow.
going on with the Astros, Joe? Why don't you tell us? What, since you want to talk Astros all the time, Joe? Man, can't you stop talking Astros? I have a strict regiment that I go by. I never talk about my team because I don't want to jinx them. And for some reason, Joe, you always want to talk about the team.
Okay, guys, real quick before we move on from this topic and move to the MLB draft, I was going to ask you guys something. Okay, in your opinion, does the Blue Jays win the division or did the Yankees take it? As of right now, the Yankees are 2 games back. Out of those 2 teams, who's going to win that division, Jay?
Because the Yankees are so streaky right now, I'm going to go Toronto. I think
Chris?
Toronto's a little bit more stabilized right now.
Chris, what do you think? Blue Jays or Yankees right now? Yankees are 2 games back.
I'm gonna go with the Yankees.
Okay. This should be easy. Tigers, 11.5 up on the Twins. I think the Tigers has got this division wrapped up. It'd have to be an epic collapse. So you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely think the Twins will still have a viable shot at that wild card, but I definitely agree that they are too far back right now, in my opinion, outside of barring injuries. As long as no injuries or Chicago doesn't get off to a slow start, because we know that can happen. Sometimes I think it's off to a slow start. If they don't get off to a slow start or they can bar injuries, then I definitely have this Toronto's team for sure.
Okay. Chris, you agree?
Oh yeah, I think the Tigers are going to the World Series.
All right, guys. Astros, Chris, I'll let you go first. Astros are up 5 games on Seattle. You think the Astros hold on, win this division, or do you think watch out for Seattle?
I think the Astros are probably going to hold on and win the division. I just can't. I love Cal Riley for Seattle. That dude's a beast, but I just don't think that Seattle has enough offense. Their pitching staff's solid. I still think they need at least another big bat in that lineup.
Okay, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with Chris. I will tell you this: the only caveat that makes me a little nervous when it comes to this this Mariners team is because the Mariners play Houston freaking tough every damn year, and every year they go through highs, they go through lows, and then usually by the end of the year, the Mariners will go through that one last low. Astros will heat up just enough, and they'll get the division. I kind of see the same thing happening this year. I don't think that we're just going to get the division easily. I do expect one more charge out of Seattle to try to get the division, and I think it could come right after the All-Star break. We play them 2 more times before the end of the season. So I do think the Astros will take it, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what it is right now.
I think the Astros take it too. The only thing that worries me a little bit with the Astros is their pitching is they're pretty young and some guys.
Right.
So that worries me. Could they fall off in the second half? And Seattle is pretty good at pitching. But like Chris said, Seattle's hitting. So, but I'm going to go with the Astros too. Next up, Phillies. They're a half game up on the Mets right now. Chris, who takes this division, the Phillies or the Mets?
I think the Phillies do. I think the Phillies are going to have a real strong second half. I mean, they didn't have a bad first half, but I think they're going to have a better second half. They had a few injuries there at the beginning of the year. They got off to a little bit of a slow start. So yeah, I like the Phillies to win that division. And the Mets are the Mets. They always figure out a way to something to go wrong and go the other way.
Jay?
Yeah. It's another one that's really hard because those teams are playing so narrowly close together. But I really do I actually like the Mets in this one. I think Philly's kind of unraveling a little bit, especially with some injuries here and there. I'm still not fully 100% sold on Bohm in that lineup. So I am going to go Mets. I think they win the division. I think the Phillies will get snubbed down into the wild card spot is how I see that one playing out. And could Boston maybe even vie for a wild card coming out of there? Possibly. Boston could be a late wild card getting team. But ultimately, I do have the Yankees. Excuse me.
What division are you in?
Nah, man, I went off on a damn
We went
tangent.
from National League to American League. We're
Yeah.
talking about the Phillies, and next time he's talking about the Red Sox.
I know,
again.
man. I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. I went off on a tangent. No. But
Hey,
ultimately,
Hey, Jay, why you
though,
having that cup this afternoon?
ultimately,
man?
I apologize. I went off on a tangent. My brain went off left. I have the Mets over the Phillies. Ultimately,
Okay.
so get out of that division quick.
That's
why,
a
you got,
tough one.
why you got that cup? I think I might need some of that.
I think I'm gonna go with the Mets. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna go with the Mets. Next up, the Cubs.
You just heard a long, crazy diatribe, and so you said, "Why the hell not?" I'm gonna go with the Mets. I'm gonna go with Jay.
The Cubs. They're up one game on the Brewers right now. I'm gonna go first on this one. I think the Cubs have played really, really well. I think they're going to take a step back, and I think the Cockroach Brewers are going to win the division.
He's thinking on that one.
Jay, what do you think?
You were so hating on the Brewers on that one, man.
Cockroach.
No, I'm opposite. I know what you're talking about, the Brewers, because the Brewers have that nasty habit of lingering around. So I understand where you're coming from and why you would think that.
Yeah.
But I actually think the Cubs are playing some really good ball right now. And I think Mikey Mike over there is really happy with this team. So I'm going to go with the Cubs on this one. I think the Cubs take that division. And I do think everybody else will be right behind them, or the Brewers will probably snag that wild card. I think that's how the Brewers get in, is on a wild card for sure.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
He thinks the Astros are going to win.
He hates both those teams.
Yeah, I can't stand either one of them teams. I'm gonna say the Cubs are probably going to hold on and get it. But like I said, I think the Reds are going to make a push and get up there in the top two in that division, and put a little pressure on the Brewers and the Cubs. So I think we'll be able to get up there. But I'm gonna go with the Cubs. I can't stand either one of them. It pains me to even say that the Cubs might win the division, but if I got to pick one,
man. I mean, even like Milwaukee, though, is on a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're playing really well. Next up, the Dodgers. They're up 5.5 on the Padres. I think the Giants are 6 games back. Guys, I think the Dodgers are going to win this division. Their pitching is a little bit of a mess, especially the relief pitching. Their reliever, their closer has blown more saves than anybody in the league this year. That's hurt them. The Dodgers bats are dangerous. I think the Dodgers just too strong, and they hold on and win this division. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers definitely were sputtering, starting with that Houston series all the way through the Milwaukee series, and that streak actually came to an end in the second game in San Francisco, which they actually closed out the first half with a win of a series against San Francisco. So we'll start them off come second half. But I'm not discounting this Padres team by any means. I didn't see how many games they were back. Do you know how many games roughly they're back?
5.5.
So we're 5.5 back. They're probably, I'm assuming the Padres are in the wild card right now. They're probably in the wild card as we speak.
I would say so.
So you got what? So they come back off All-Star break. They got to play the Brewers, the Twins, Boston. Then they go to the Reds, Tampa, St. Louis, Toronto. Then they get a kind of a reprieve with the Angels a little bit. San Diego, a little reprieve with the Colorado. Back to San Diego. Damn, back to Cincinnati, Arizona, Pirates, Baltimore. Another stint with the. So they do got some soft spots with the Colorado Rockies and such. They actually ended with Seattle, so they ended on a pretty medium-ranked team. So I don't know, man. I think the Padres could maybe push, could maybe make a push on them. But I am going to ultimately, for right now, I am going to give it to LA. My issue with LA is that pitching staff. I think we all know that that's their Achilles heel right now.
Yep.
But I think they have enough in there to get the division. So I do have them eking out that division. I think the Padres will snag that wild card. I don't think the Dodgers go far though. I don't think they make it to the World Series.
They got to shore up that pitching staff somehow. Chris, what do you think?
I think the Dodgers probably win the division, but I think if the two teams meet in the playoffs, I think San Diego will beat the Dodgers in the series.
Okay.
I think San Diego in the playoffs is going to be a tough out. In a 5 to 7 game series. I've been watching them quite a bit. After I watched the Reds game, I've been watching all the some of the West Coast games at night. So I've been watching.
I do a lot too.
See, what I'm talking about that. Maybe San Diego actually could wrap up that division over there.
I really like watching. Enjoyed watching San Diego and Arizona play last week. Them two teams going at it. That was some fun games to watch. I think Arizona's a team that I'd watch out for in the second half of the season in the National League as well. I like the way they play ball. They're a scrappy team.
Dodgers have to be careful because not only you got the Padres, you got Arizona, and you also got the Giants. The Giants are right there. I think they're only 6 games back. So I mean, the Dodgers are going to have to be careful because they lost 7 in a row, and but that's the thing. They lost 7 in a row, but they're still 5.5 up. So we'll see.
Get some pitchers healthy.
Yeah. Next up, we got the MLB draft. I'm not going to go through all the draft and all that because we ain't going to know all the players and everything, but just some things that stood out to me. Of course, the number 1 pick was a little bit of a surprise because a lot of people thought the guy went 3rd in the draft. And Jay's not going to be happy about this because Seattle got a hell of a pick. But let's go with the first pick first. Eli Wiltus, a shortstop, Fort Cobb, Broxton High School in Oklahoma. He went to the Washington Nationals. A little bit of a surprise. Nobody thought he would be the number 1 pick. But the number 3 pick, Seattle, took Cade Anderson, left-handed pitcher from LSU. A lot of people thought he was going to be the number 1 pick. And so Seattle got another good pitcher. Our Cincinnati Reds do what they always do. Took a shortstop, Steele Hale, from Hewitt Trussville High School in Alabama. Jay, just for you, the Houston Astros drafted a 3rd baseman, Xavier Nevins. Mount Vernon High School out of Washington. Interesting pick here. Spice didn't go a little bit higher. Number 26, Philadelphia got Gage Wood, the right-handed pitcher from Arkansas, who pitched the no-hitter in the College World Series. So he went 26 to Philadelphia. So I think a nice pickup for Philadelphia to get Gage Wood. And then just real quick for Frankie, the Yankees took a shortstop, Dax Kirby from Newman High School in Georgia. So
I didn't watch all the draft. I didn't watch the draft. If I remember, I had heard that wasn't the first 14 or 15 out of the first 20 picks like shortstops or something like that.
There was a lot of them.
Well, I know the 3rd pick was. The 3rd pick was.
That's what I'm saying. But I think 15 out of the first 20 might have been shortstops or something.
Yeah. But what do you guys think about Philly getting Gage Wood from Arkansas? Guy pitched no-hitter in the World Series at the number 26 pick. I think that's a pretty nice pickup.
No, I thought he had a good postseason and a good regular season going in. I thought that was a good, solid pickup on their end.
Yeah, I thought he'd go a little higher than what he did.
Something that I didn't know, so I read up a little bit yesterday. First 2 seasons in college, he was a relief pitcher.
Yeah,
he was a reliever, and then finally got made to a starter. So, Jay, you happy with your 3rd baseman?
I mean, we got a 3rd baseman. We needed a 3rd baseman. We really needed to replenish our entire freaking farm system. We've really, really lost a lot in our farm system. So at that particular position, if I'm Astros, I'm probably drafted for need rather than maybe best available because we got a lot of needs on this team. So that's probably what they went for. I guess they felt like 3rd base was a need for them. Me personally, I still think they got some issues in that starting pitching because we got so many damn Tommy Johns. I don't know how many Tommy Johns we're up to now. We got to be up to at least 7 or 8 Tommy Johns on the team right now. So I don't know what their plans are to address the pitching, but we need to address the pitching at some point.
Yeah, I don't understand Washington not picking Cade Anderson with the 1st pick because
that's kind of weird.
A lot of people were thinking because Washington needs everything, and And Cade Anderson, a lot of people think he's going to be able. They said some people think you may see him pitching maybe next year in the major leagues. And,
I think they're going to regret that not taking him. I really do.
I mean,
big pick.
the guy the Reds took number 2 last year is pitching this year in the majors, and has had 3 out of his 4 starts have been pretty solid.
Yeah,
Mariners guy has too.
He really only had one. He's really only had one bad start that Chase Burns has, and he was our number 2 pick last year.
Of course, he'd come to my damn division.
Jay, they never even played him in AAA. They played him. They played him in 1A and moved him straight up to the majors.
Isn't that crazy? That's freaking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even like when we got Cam Smith, we didn't even send him down. We put him right into the damn lineup and said, "Have at it."
Yeah, he played a few games at 1A, and then boom, they moved him up, and he's pitched pretty good so far. He's had one bad start.
I mean, if you got the skill sets, you got the skill sets at the end of the day, right? If anything, if you need to go through the minors, anything, it might just be working on some fine mechanical things to help you, not injure your arm or whatever. There might be some, things like that, but he should be ready to go.
Yeah, Jay, Seattle getting Cade Anderson with the 3rd pick, I think huge for the Seattle, I really think. And then Chris, you got any take on the shortstop for the Reds? Still Hale.
I don't know much about him. From what I read about him, he's a pretty good prospect. To get him at the 9th pick, it don't surprise me when we took a shortstop. You're at the number 9. You're basically going to take what you think's best available. And if you see a lot of these teams, the Reds have done it for a few years now, and they've had pretty good success doing it. Even though I joke about it and give them a hard time a lot, saying that we always get shortstops. But a lot of teams do that because usually the shortstop is on a lot of these college teams, high school teams, is the most athletic guy on the field. And if a guy just because he plays shortstop in college or in high school doesn't mean he's going to play shortstop
for sure
in the majors. So they'll take a lot of these guys just because of their athletic ability and the potential that they see is like, oh, we can play this guy out in the outfield. He's a great hitter. Just because he plays shortstop, but he's athletic, he can play a lot of different positions.
I mean, you see that with Rafael Devers. The guy's a great hitter, but he's a defensive liability. So they're almost drafting him just for his bat, throw him in the DH spot, and you call it good.
Yep.
And you're getting a lot of these guys nowadays that are playing multiple positions. Like you'll see guys play infield and then they'll also play some outfield at times throughout the season. You're starting to see that more as well. So I think that's one of the reasons you see a lot of teams load up on like middle infielders because a lot of times a lot of your most athletic guys off college and high school teams.
Yeah.
Guys, let's move on. Got some news and notes on some different things. First of all, NBA. Dallas, from a lot of reports, are going to shut down Cooper Flagg for the rest of the summer league. Played 2 games, had a first game pretty decent, but the second game he had a really good game, 31 points. Ran the floor really well. Chris, what's your take on this? I know you said earlier, not a big surprise.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. I'd heard right after the first game where he had like the 10 points or whatever, they were talking about his next game. And like I said, I can't remember. It was I know Shams and Udonis Haslem were both on the show I was watching, so I can't remember which one said it. But they had said that that next day when he played his second game, that was going to be his last game of the summer league. So it didn't surprise me that they're going to shut him down for the rest of the summer league. You see that a lot with like the top picks in the draft over the last few years. We've seen him play just it seems like a couple games, maybe 2-3 games in the summer league, and then a lot of these teams shut him down for the rest of the summer league. So it's not a big surprise to me. I thought he was pretty impressive in the summer league. He done about what I figured was he was going to do. You said didn't have a great game shooting the ball the first game, but was a lot more efficient the second game. But even that first game when he didn't shoot the ball great, he was still had a lot of impact on the game with assists and his defense and stuff, which I like to see. Just like he didn't. You see a lot of young guys, if their shot's not going down, that they'll get discouraged and maybe not play hard on the other end. And you didn't see that from him. So I thought that was a positive. And then in that second game, he put on a show. So it'll be interesting to see what he does once regular season gets around here. But I thought he looked decent in the summer league.
Jay?
Yeah, Cooper freaking Flag. Welcome to the NBA. First of all, I guess this is the first part of load management, right? Come in, play a couple of games, go on the bench, load management, blah, blah, fucking blah. Just more of this stereotypical bullshit product that we get from seriously, it's just more the bullshit product that we get peddled year in and year out by the NBA. You got guys coming in, give me a couple of reps. Okay, I'm good. I'll see you at the game. Toodles, you have a good one. Make sure Sprinkles comes over at 3. Manny Petty goes down at 4. No, come on, man. Is this where we are in the league? Is this what we're doing, Gonzo? Is this what we're doing, Tony? We let them come in. We play a few minutes. You're looking pretty good. We shut them down, and we say, okay, you've had enough. This is the product we're getting, right? I don't know. Gonzo, I'm a little irritated with it because unless you tell me Cooper Flag is so polished and so ready for the pro game that he can just come in for a little bit and then hang it up.
So I don't have a problem with it because it's summer league. Summer league to me,
Of course you don't.
Yeah, because summer league
to save your a-hole.
Summer league is for your guys that are trying to make a team, trying to make a roster and stuff. Summer league isn't for your guys that you know that are going to be on your main team. What good is it doing Cooper Flag to play the
Cooper Rush needs no development.
Wait a minute. But yeah, okay, let's have him go develop with a bunch of guys he's not even going to be playing with in a couple months because the guys he's going to be playing with in a couple months aren't playing in the summer league. So why risk him out there, get an injury when you already know he's going to be one of your main guys on the roster? You got to see him play. Now he can go work with the guys he's actually going to be playing with instead of playing with these guys, a lot of guys that he might not ever even play with in the NBA.
Yeah,
a lot of guys are playing summer league. A lot of guys on summer league are not going to be on the roster.
Tony,
and he's not the first one to do it.
And I'm going to let Gonzo get it.
This is how they've been doing it for years, Jay.
I get it. I'm letting Gonzo have that latitude to say that because he's not wrong, right? He's not wrong, right? He's a perspective of how the modern NBA thinks. Where you, Tony, are a little bit more the old school day. You get your ass out there and you work your way on to the damn team and stop asking for a creme de la creme services when you haven't done shit to even do anything for. This is right out of stupidity.
I see where you're coming from, Jay, but I'll be honest with you. I've never paid attention to the summer league ever. I've never paid attention to the summer league ever. So I don't know. I'm sure it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not, but I've just never paid attention to summer league. Usually when the NBA season, that last game ends, I don't pay no attention to the NBA until the season starts back up. I'm just being honest. I mean, the summer league has just been non-existent for me.
Your whole life has been non-existent for you.
Well, that's too.
Hey, come back to the light.
Jay, let me ask you this then. So you think that in the NFL preseason, all the players should be playing instead of sitting out, correct?
I think that, yes, if you're a rookie on a team, you should be trying to make the team. You should be playing. You should see what the hell we got in you. We should know what the product looks like.
But Jay, I think that I know you're pointing. I don't know if you're pointing the finger at Cooper Flag. I don't think that's Cooper Flag's decision.
I'm just using him as an example. It's all across the entire NBA of this no work, all gratification bullshit.
But I don't think it's his decision, Jay. I think that's the team's decision.
Did he look kind of like he was disgruntled about it? I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I think Cooper Flag would want to be out there. If
I was the leader of my team, I'd be letting everybody know, hey, this ain't cool with me. I should be out there with my squad. I should be out there developing my squad. I should be doing some leadership type. Now you're going to be professional about it, but just okay voicing your displeasure because you want to get into that leadership role. You should be doing these things, right? I don't know. I don't know. We will see. I'm not dismissing Cooper Pike by any means, but if you ask me, do I think he should be having his ass out there on the court more than just 2 games? Yeah, I kind of think he needs it.
Okay. Next up, guys, a little NFL. Don't have a lot of information on this story. The Browns rookie running back, Quinshon Judkins, was arrested, charged with domestic violence in Florida. That's about pretty much the headline. Not a lot of details have come out after that. Chris, what's your take on this young running back who's got a bright future, but looks like he might have messed up. Again, we don't know all the details.
Yeah, I really don't have much of a take because I don't know enough about it to really have an opinion. Other than the dude's a hell of a football player, so I hope he gets his stuff figured out so he don't blow his opportunity in the NFL, because I think the dude could be successful. But yeah, I don't know enough of the details to really get in like that part of it. But you just hopefully he can get whatever's going on straightened out and get going back on the right path and not blow a big opportunity that he has of being in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree with you. The only thing I would say is these guys got to try to find a way to put themselves in better situations, and that's easy to say. I mean, heck, something can. If you're in a relationship, we've all been in relationships. You can have a bad day, and I'm not making any excuses, but we don't know the details of what happened. We don't know if he was hit first. Again, I don't know what happened, but it's hard to have a big take on it because you don't know what happened. But main thing with these young guys who's coming in and making millions of dollars is try to put yourself in good situations and try to stay out of the bad situations. Jay, what do you think?
I always have a hard time when I see words like, according to the arrest report, the alleged incident happened last Monday, but wasn't reported until Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what's up with all the late reporting? This ain't the first time. It's like every damn time one of these things comes out, it's always X number of weeks or whatever it is later, and then the worms start coming to the surface or whatever. Here's the thing. I don't know what happened. Judkins, what I do know is you're going into a world now where all the attention is going to be squarely on you. And so you have to live your life accordingly, guy. I don't know what you're doing. You apparently put yourself in the wrong spot at the wrong time with the wrong woman. All the things that were wrong, guess what? You found them. You found every last one of them, and it bit you in the butt. Now, it looks like you're going to get a little misdemeanor. Whatever it was could have been too bad. Maybe you pushed her. I don't know. Does it really matter? You're going to get the stereotypical pat on the wrist, go back to your corner, have a nice day, try not to do it again. Let's keep our Ferraris under 120. Let's keep our magazines separated from the weapon. I don't know. Could we call an Uber every once in a while? NBA, rich, entitled, athletic pieces of whatever. Can we get our life corrected? You haven't even got to the team facility and you're already in domestic court. What are we doing, man? You haven't even played your first NFL game, but yet you have your first court date, and that's what matters.
Yep, that's true. You got to put yourself in better positions. Couple other notes real quick here. IndyCar, Alex Palou wins the farm to finish 275. He's now won seven out of the first 12 races in 2025 in IndyCar. This dude is dominating, just outstanding. I watched most of that race. I know you guys probably didn't watch the race, so probably ain't got a real take, but just definitely, I mean, the dude's making history. 7 out of 12. That don't happen every year. Alex Palou.
Okay.
From Brazil. And then the last thing we got, and I know me and Chris both watched this fight. I know we both got takes on this. I know I don't believe Jay did because he was doing some traveling. Boxing, Katie Taylor took on Amanda Serrano. This was the third fight. It happened in Madison Square Garden for the second time. The first fight they boxed in Madison Square Garden, sold out the Garden. This Garden was sold out for the third fight. Their second fight was in Dallas in front of a big crowd in Dallas and over 60 million people watching on Netflix. That's part of that Tyson deal here a year or so ago, whatever that was. But the interesting thing about this fight was Serrano had lost the first two fights to Taylor, but they were still having a third fight because there was definitely some controversy. And in my opinion, the first fight was very close. I thought Serrano won it. The second fight, I didn't feel like was close, and Serrano still lost to Taylor. Now they had the third fight. It was a very close fight. Guess what, guys? Serrano lost again, and two of the judges had the fight not even close. That Taylor won the fight easily. So, Chris, I'm gonna let you go first. I know you've seen the fight. We talk after the fight. I don't know what the hell they've got against the Serrano, but I wanted to get your take.
Well, this is exactly why I quit watching boxing for a long time. I don't know how you have three judges, and three judges can watch the same exact fight, and you have one judge have it 95-95 as a tie, and the other two judges have Taylor winning by 3 rounds. That just makes no sense to me. I watched the fight. Me personally, I had Serrano winning the fight by 2 rounds. I thought she won the fight by 2 rounds.
I agree.
If you wanted to say she won it by 1, I wouldn't argue with you too much because I thought the ninth was a 10-round fight. Yeah, the 9th round I thought it could basically go either way, but I gave it to Serrano. So if somebody gave that to Taylor and Serrano, you had Serrano winning by 1 round, I wouldn't argue with you much because that 9th round I thought was close. But I thought Serrano won the fight. I don't know. I don't know what they have against her, but for some reason they're not going to let her beat that Taylor. It's became apparent. But and I thought she handled it well afterward because you could tell she thought she won the fight as well. But she handled it with class and everything. But yeah, but that's one of the reasons I quit watching boxing, and it was one of the reasons and you know this, I used to watch almost every UFC, even if we went to pay-per-view. Like I watched The Ultimate Fighter, I watched all the UFC stuff. Well, then they started having some issues with judges a little bit, so I still watch it, but I don't watch it as much as I used to. You know, here lately I've been watching it more, but when you got these sports where there's judges, you start getting decisions that people just see and are like, man, how do you come up? It turns people away, and I think I can't think of his name, but the guy that's going in with Dana White, and they're trying to do that the boxing thing. That's what they're trying to get away from. They're trying to bring boxing back, and then you see a high profile fight like this, and it just I think it's what kills the sport of boxing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I think this fight was closer than the second fight. I still thought Serrano won, but Serrano I thought won the second fight easily. But she had a big cut on her eye that they even almost started about stopping the fight. I mean, it was nasty. But how she got that cut, it wasn't because of punches. She got that cut because she took 3 headbutts to the head. And so she looked terrible. If you had looked at the two fighters in the second fight, you thought, well, Serrano got the hell beat out of her. No, she got headbutted 3 times. I don't understand it. I've always been a proponent. I think they should put the scorecards up on the big screen at the end of each round, so the boxers and everybody in the place knows who won that round. So you know where you're at the end of each round. You know who you're at. You know, hey, I'm down 2 rounds, or I'm up a round, or I'm tied. I think it would stop all this. So,
That makes good sense, though. It makes what you're saying make good sense, you know.
Yeah, I think.
How much corruption do you think goes on in these judges?
The only bad thing about doing it like you said by round like that, and like boxing, would be like if the guy looks up and sees he's up by 4 rounds and there's only 3 rounds left, and he's basically going to quit fighting. Where if he don't know for sure, that kind of keeps it where he has to go.
True, but at least that other fighter knows to win it. He's got to go to knockout.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying too. I I would just be afraid it might get people to, it might encourage them to not be as aggressive.
But
That's I get what you're saying.
I agree, but I think it might keep the judges more honest.
Yeah.
Because my thing, how do we know that? Again, I don't know how the judging works, but they're judging by round. But how do we know that they could go back and look and say, well, yeah, I originally thought she won the third round before he turns in the card to change it.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Because they want their fighter to win. I mean, I'm not, I'm just saying. I think if it's put up for everybody to see, everybody knows. That's it. That's just my opinion. That's the way I've always thought it should have been. And this ain't the first time we've had bad decisions.
But do you think that there might be that these judges might be a little bit fixed?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think there's a little bit of a fix in some of these judges, or do you trust all the judges to be fair and impartial?
I think it's got to be fixed, Jay. If this has happened 3 times, I think you could argue Serrano you could make an argument that Serrano won all 3 of these fights. You could make that argument. Okay. But in my heart, she definitely won 2 out of 3, and she's 0-3.
Right. Okay.
So there's something up.
Right. Because we talk a lot about sports and being some of them have been fixed, some have been rigged, things like that. And we never really talk about that level of corruption in boxing as much as maybe some other things.
And I will say this: that if they would have came and said the fight was a tie, I wouldn't agreed with it, but I would have agreed with it more than I did Taylor winning. And the reason I say that is because one judge had it a tie, and the person for the network that watched the fight and scored it had it a tie also. So there was 2 people that watched it, and that had a judge, and then a person that was scoring it, for the network also had it a tie. But then the other 2 had it 97, 93.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make sense.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was wondering.
Even if they were the one judge had a tie and the other 2 judges had Taylor winning by 1 round.
Yeah,
I wouldn't agreed with it, but I wouldn't have been as mad about it because you saw her winning by 1 round. Okay, but 3 rounds is just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
How you watched that fight and thought either one of them women won by 3 rounds or more?
Yeah, it was a close fight.
I mean, I don't know. That's what makes it hard about watching boxing anymore. Is you just never know about the judges.
Yeah, I agree. Well, guys, anybody got anything else before we get out of here?
No, that's really about all I had. Most of this weekend for me was traveling and doing all kinds of craziness and stuff. And I'm just glad my Astros didn't come out any worse because I knew we lost the series to the Guardians. I knew we weren't looking too good against Texas going in. And then we got the damn Mariners coming out. It's like the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I've seen your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, and your wife all at the same place, not knowing who you should say hi to first because the first one was rougher than the other 2. Just saying. It's a little rough out here in the world.
They can
all
be.
right, y'all have a good rest of your day. And make sure, if you like today's show, make sure you give us a subscribe on our YouTube show and also check us out on Twitch.
Yep, everybody have a good day.